Ladies and gentlemen, we have made it our last interview of the day. It is day 3 of play at the Travelers Championship, but day 4 of our 3 Cares Birdies for Charity interviews. Now we're in our Birdies for Charity booth. It's sponsored by Webster Bank, ensuring all our charities get an extra 15% on every dollar donated through end of play. This is crucial times, ladies and gentlemen. We've got 24 hours to make a difference, and Travelers picks up all the transaction fees in the background. And one such charity near and dear to our hearts is benefiting Harlows Heroes, and we have Krista Sarah here with us. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
We are doing great, and this is pretty exciting because this is your second year now, right?
Yes, it is.
Did you give yourself a goal for this year of how much you thought you might be able to raise?
Not really. Last year was our first year, and we kind of came in, late, and we were a newer charity, so we didn't really have any expectations. We were kind of just happy to be here and be able to spread some awareness about what we do and tell people who we are. And so I think we're just happy to be here and happy to raise whatever we can.
Whatever
to
you
put
can.
towards our mission. Yeah.
All right, and your mission, why don't you remind our audience who you are and how you help?
Yeah, so I do apologize for my lack of voice.
That's okay.
But we support current and retired canine units. We help them with medical care, whether that's emergency or routine. We help them with rehabilitative costs. End-of-life services is a big thing that we help with. Nutritional support, really anything that we can do to help benefit the dog in their retirement or while they're working to either protect them or help them with training.
So if we follow you on social media, sometimes you'll make an announcement welcoming a particular canine or team to your organization. How do they get vetted out, and how are you able to add, canines to your team?
Yeah, so a lot of times people will contact us through our website and they'll say, hey, we're looking for help with X, Y, and Z. This is who we are. This is what we're certified in. We then will follow up with a series of questions, just making sure that we have all of the information possible. Based off of that information, we'll then come to our board and I'll pitch it to them and kind of explain what the dog has done, what their need is, and if we have the ability to take on that dog as a foundation dog, then we have. We have not had to turn down any dog, and we don't have a waiting list, which we're very proud of. So really any dog that kind of reaches out for help, we try and do whatever we can to make sure that we do.
And for someone who is watching this, whether you're on the streaming platform, WFSB.com, or YouTube, or even just listening to this on our podcast platform, I have put a direct link up to Harlows Heroes for this Birdies for Charity opportunity for them to earn an extra 15% on every dollar donated through tomorrow. But after Sunday, Harlows Heroes continues on. And what are some of the things that you need? Or can you maybe break it down even for our audience? Like, what does it cost to, get a vest for a dog? Or what does it cost to do medical or things like that? Do you have any ranges so that people can understand if they wanted to make a certain amount donation?
Yeah, so I would say the highest need for our foundation dogs currently is medical costs. I would say that a lot of the dogs that we receive under our foundation are usually dogs that run into an emergent situation where they're at the vet, they're being faced with sometimes tens of thousands of dollars in surgery, and they're reaching out because they're desperate for help, because if they can't receive help, then they would unfortunately have to put the dog down. So that is, I think, our biggest need is medical costs. We do have a limit on what we do provide for our foundation dogs. We then do allow fundraising on top of that. So we'll put it out to our donors and say, hey, this is the dog that we have, this is their situation. So if they want to contribute on top of that, then they can, and every single dollar goes towards that dog and their medical care. And we do anticipate that we will be able to raise our limits for our foundation dogs. But I would say that's probably our biggest need right now is those medical costs, because they add up so quickly.
And you there's no way to know what those medical costs are. There's no way to know what that limit is. And obviously some of the dogs that you take, when they're retired, some municipalities or law enforcement agencies, depending on everybody's different, right? So I don't want to make a generalized statement here, but some of those dogs, then that care and those costs goes back to the family or the handler. And if that dog is like their best friend, their partner, so that's where you would come in and do the best you can. And so really, any dollar amount donated is much appreciated.
Yes,
So
100%.
how
Yep.
can we directly, for someone listening right now, how can they directly find you?
So you can find us on pretty much all of the social media platforms. We're on Instagram, Harlows Heroes, Facebook, Harlows Heroes. We also have our website, harlowsheroes.com. You can also contact me directly at either info@harlowsheroes.com or Krista, Krista, at harlowsheroes.com.
Is there any immediate need that you might have right now, or anything that you're working on right now, or a particular dog that's in need right now that you'd like to share?
So yes, actually. So I have two. I have two retired dogs from overseas. They're older. They're retired bomb dogs. They're back home now, and they are really, really looking for a safe place to land. And they deserve that. So we are trying to use our platform to get the word out about them and to get them the retirement home that they so desperately deserve. And then I also have another retired dog. I capped out on the amount that we can help them with because he had some emergent medical costs come up. But he is really in need of a carrier that will go in the back of his car so they can transport him. He unfortunately lost a lot of his use of his knees, but he still likes to go everywhere with his family. But it's become unsafe for him to travel now without a carrier. So I found one, and we were going to order it, and then all of these medical costs came up. So it's something that we're in the works.
What's that cost? What does something like that typically cost?
The one that we were looking at, because it's also safe if there were to be an accident.
Right.
It has some impact safety for him as well. It was about $500? It was like between $500 and $600 with the mat that we wanted.
Well, hopefully we can get some of that today. So, good luck to you. And thanks for all you do. And Harlows Heroes. Of course, I know your golf tournament, right?
Yes.
I know we're at the big one here, but you've got a golf tournament coming up too, right? Save the date. When is it?
Yes, October 17th, 2025. It'll be our second annual. It's called Back Nines for Canines. And it's the second annual Canine Barrett Memorial Golf Tournament. So, thank you so much for having me.
Of course, and people can sign up online, right? So give you out your website one more time.
Yeah, they can sign up online on our regular website, or they can go to back9forcanines.com.
Okay, so the Travelers Championship for the next 24 hours, you can go to travelerschampionship.com, click on the Birdies for Charity icon, find a charity that resonates with you. And if you'd like to help out Harlows Heroes, I've put all of their information with this interview with a direct link to the Birdies for Charity so that they can get an extra 15% on every dollar donated. So important. Doing great work out there, Krista. Thanks for being in our booth.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Oh, you're not done yet, though.
No.
So we're doing a little contest today with all of our interviewees, and so we're doing the infamous anchor smile head nod. And whoever has the best wins today. There's absolutely no prize.
Okay.
So sorry about that part. Maybe next year.
yours.
So no, well, you got to do the head down, and Carter's going to count us in. And so we do the head down, and you got it. Can you do this?
We look
you
down,
count up, and he's going to count us.
We're going to go up.
We're gonna look down, and we're gonna look at the camera, and we're gonna smile. Our best anchor smile. Okay.
right.
All right. So we're looking down this way. You gotta look down this way. You ready? All right, Carter. Count us. It's the last one, Carter. We gotta make it good. Okay. Are you ready? Yep.